live. It says I'm live now. Okay. So yeah, for this round, I'll try and get loading and saving of data working. So um, we'll start with the grabber tool. That's where it's at. Maybe I can do most of this full screen to try and make things a bit more readable. So yeah, like this new frame structure we talked about before, sorry, this new data structure, I added this new field for the size of the data ahead with all the frames, that's new. And also this head, torso, feet, and attack box stuff is new as well. So I had my old layers.bin file that I was loading up via the program before, and that's in the old structure that didn't contain those things. So just to let you in on a bit of a secret there for the loading of the bin file, I think, yeah, I load the name you type in, let's say I type layers.bin and it loads that one. But because it's in the old format, I also added this line over here. This goes to one-off repair. So this is oops, this is basically me loading in the old file into this location for bank 4 2000, offset 2000. But once it's in there, I try and repair it by slowly copying it piece by piece into a different location. So I take this as my source location and I put it into this bank 5 at offset 0 location. And I'm slowly copying it piece by piece. The fields that exist in both are copied across, and then the fields that aren't, I just have to add some sort of blank spaces and fill them out later. It's probably pretty awful to look at right now. But I'm poking this. Okay, here's an example. I'm poking the destination pointer and its x offset with where I would find it in the source pointer. I'm doing this similar with this, the y offset for the destination. I get the next peak from the next source point because I'm incrementing the source pointer as I go. And so I grab the width and I hide, I populate what I can. And for hitboxes, I make a length of the region which contains the hitboxes, and I'm filling it with zeros. Yeah, that's right. The whole length of those boxes I just set to zeros for now. And then I start copying the length of the char data and the color data, and another DMA call to copy that across from source to destination. And then I just iterate on this for loop, and that's how I'm loading it up for now. So the hope would be that in the future, once it saves properly, I'll no longer need this one-off repair line because it'll be saved in the correct format and I should be able to reload it without repairing it. So maybe the focus now is more on the saving so yeah, the original older form is in this location, the new form is in that location. So I think my current save routine still looks at this location. So I'll have to swap it over to here and maybe that's all there will be to it. So save, I'll type with the filter save the bin, yeah. Yeah, okay, so right now it's relying on locate next free byte to, so this is a method I added to sort of iterate over the frames until we get to the last frame and find the last byte. I might not need this anymore because I've got that new field. So I just have to extract that new field. Sorry, so maybe I can potentially get rid of this. Yeah, for now I'll comment it out, I guess. And I'll try and time box this effort to about 20 minutes. I know I kind of lose my time. I should put a clock inside 11 so I can keep track of the time. Uh, so yeah, instead I guess I'll be peaking this value. Yeah, so where should I put it? The next free byte. Oh, I was getting put in the pointer. Okay, so I'd be wanting to say pointer equals peak, and I know it's at some sort of kernel location, But maybe we can find out with some of those offsets I created earlier. So maybe F7 and looking at the offsets. Oops. Um, so the offset for the number of frames is 2 in, but then offset data size, I think that's the one we want, offset data size. Oh, it basically is at 5,000 then. Oh, sorry, bank 5 offset 0. Alright, I'll still put that in there then. I'll do Control O to get back to where I was, offset data size. Alright, might as well just offset data size, even though it is 0. I'll just put it there. And this is a word, not a byte, so I'd have to use wpeak. And that should give me a pointer, but then that's more like the size, so I should be adding this to bank 5, 0. Yeah, so then it should be saving from bank 5 there to bank 5 and onwards by that data size. I think that's it. I'm feeling confident about that. Locate next free byte. Maybe I should delete that function. I think so. F7. I'll do locate. Oh, but maybe other things are using this. Maybe I'll just check. I'll go to home key. And I'll Alt F or right Alt F. Locate. Next. It's used in other locations, so yeah, I won't delete it for now. Yeah, yeah, I'll just remove it from this save bin because it's used elsewhere. Okay, so I'm feeling okay with that. So I'm going to save this and press F5 and cross my fingers. I ran this with the fast clock at 200 megahertz again, so hopefully we won't be waiting too long. Okay, I'll do yes for this magic signature, and I'll press F1. I'll load my layers.bin, which should still load fine. I'll press C to draw the first frame, and equals, equals, equals. It's all still there. I'll go to the last one, make sure it's all there. Yeah, it's all there. Okay. So what if I was now to press F3 and save it under a different name, like I don't know. I'll just call it layers2.bin. Yeah. Okay, it's saved. Alright, so now I should exit the program and get back into 11. And for the F7 load bin, maybe I shall now try to remove this. Or actually, I'll comment it out because maybe in future we might change the data structure again and there'll be a need to repair in a similar fashion. But now I'm going to load into this bank 5 directly. F3, F5. So the hope is that I can load this layers2.bin without the need of repairing it anymore. Fingers crossed. So if I press F1 and load layers2.bin, something loaded, I press C. I've got my clouds. Everything's there, so that's looking prompt. Let me go right to there and make sure there's no mistakes at the end. I was worried. Oh, that's pretty good. Everything's there. Okay, so let me try and do the like just one hitbox example again, and let's see if it can save the hitbox information. So this is one of them. I'll press, what was it? Was it F7? Yep. So I'll do return with the cursor keys, return, return. I'll do the torso, return. I can't remember which one my preference was. I think it was there. Feet, return, return. And then let's just try and press F3. Oh, I have to back out as I press F7 again. Will that get out? X key? I thought F7 would. Oh, must have lost that shortcut. So I use X to get out. I remember putting F7 though. But F3 and I'll try and save it again. Layers2.bin. Alright, let's do a test. Let's reboot the machine. See if we can exit 11. So all the memory's blank again. If I was to load and run grabber, oh, I have to change manually to the escape 5 to go into 80 by 50 mode. Let's run and let's do F1. Let's load layers2.bin and let's draw stuff. They're all in here. F7. I feel like I don't have the latest version of this thing. I've lost some shortcut keys. I don't know why. Anyway, here we go. If I press F7 now, oh yeah, okay, it did save them. Okay, so there's hope now that we could load such box information from the code itself. Alright, so I'm happy with that file. Maybe I should just check the time. It is 10:16. Maybe I can ponder it a little bit. Oh, but actually beyond that, I also probably want to save in that new, yeah, okay, that new color only. Yeah, maybe that's another aspect I need to think about first. So this F3 was to save in this, oh, that's wrong. Let's go to grabber.el. Yeah, so saving with F3 was saving in this character plus color data mode, but I'll want to repair saving this color only version to with the F5 key. So maybe I can do an Alt F and look where key F5 is used. Okay, it's in save optimized. Okay, so F7 optimized. Alright, save name optimized file name. Yeah, delete the old file name. Pointer. Oh, there's a lot. This looks a bit more involved than I thought it'd be. Oh, because it's skipping over the color sections. Oh boy. So maybe I'd need to have the documentation at hand so I can refresh my memory on what the format was again. I'll get to here, I'll press Control O, and hopefully I can jump back and forth with these two. Yeah, cool. So we ignored that. Size of data will go here. Size, number of frames. X, the height, and just the color data at the end. So maybe I just have to refresh my memory on what's happening here. Can't remember why I started at this location. Oh, because the previously 4200 was the number of frames ahead, but that's in a different location now. I open the file name for write access. I'm putting in some dummy address, alright, which is ignored. And then I put the frame count, which is no longer the case. That comes a little later. So what should I do? I should put in a new line. So I wanted to go in here instead. Oh, I don't know if I can print a word directly in here. How have we done it before? I think I'd have to break up a word into bytes. I'd have to sort of put in the low of the, I've forgotten what I called the variable. Um, Data size, low byte. data size highway, something that's what needs to be done, but and then we can move on to the frame count. And then what's happening underneath? Grabbing the X, Y from the and I'll be starting from, so pointer is being used to read these bits from memory. Oh, they didn't start it from 0 because they already had the frame count here. So I guess I can start, I assume I can start from there. And let me save that. And I'm going to have to jump to the offsets thing again. Offset data size, number of frames. Yeah. Okay. That kind of stuff I feel like can go. Oh, but the size has now changed, yeah. Because we've, I feel like that has to be recalculated. Oh, that's a bit awkward. Because, yeah, we've dropped the color information. Alright. I might not have the smarts to do that tonight, but at least I'll document that when like go sub, calculate new data size or optimize data size. So that's something on the to-do list. If I don't have time tonight, what's the time? Maybe I'll do a few minutes more. Yeah, okay, I can make a function here. Subroutine, if you like. Calculate, optimize data size, and copy that, put it there. And I suppose we'd be taking the current size. What should I put that in? I don't know, I think there's something like that. Equals W peak 5000, sorry, bank 5, is it? Plus, was it, did I have it there? Offset data size. Data size. Okay, that's the current size. And then I feel like we'd have to iterate over the number of frames. 4K equals 0 to, what was the max number of frames again? Got to mention here somewhere, frame count. Okay, frame count minus 1. And I think we'd be iterating over each frame. So maybe I need to keep a pointer to know where we're at. Pointer equals, what should it equal? The start of frame 0 is there. Equals plus offset, what was it called again? Offset frame 0. Okay. So, so we have to, inside this, let's go back again. Once we're in the frame, we want an offset to the width and the height so that we know how much we want to subtract. So in the past, this data would have consisted of the width and headset turns off sometimes. Yeah, so this data will consist of width and height times 2, or width times height times 2, but now it's going to consist of just width times height. So we just have to subtract from the total size, the width times height of each of these frames, and we should have the correct size. Alright, so I need firm offset W and firm offset H. Okay. Okay, W equals pointer plus firm offset W, I mean the peak of that. Peak. I should use W. Peak offset W. That feel right? Times. Oh wait, what am I talking about? It should be Yeah, yep, like that. Height equals peak pointer plus frame offset height. So size equals size minus width times height. And then we need this pointer to iterate to the next frame. So how big is the next frame? The next frame will be at this point, frame offset data plus the width times height times 2. So I'll get that location. Yeah, so go back to frame offset data. Oops, wrong one. O, control O. Frame offset data plus the width times the height times 2. That should get us to the next pointer. I'm gonna save that. And this is kind of a little blind, so where was this used again? Alt F, calculate, optimize. Maybe, oh, I spelled optimize wrong. Calc, well, American versus calculate, optimize. So it was used underneath somewhere, right? Okay, so that put the optimized size in this SZ thing, ready to be used further below. Um, so, okay, now I have to remember. Yeah, this is the keeping everything in my head is a bit tricky. Dummy size. Oh yeah, this data size, low byte data. So we'd be doing size and 255 to get the low byte. I mean, maybe it might be nice to keep the nice presentable name, but anyway, doesn't matter. And size, bit shifted to the right by 8. Should put the high byte there. And I think that will get the what do you call it? That field. Where are the fields again in the documentation? Docs. Maybe Alt. Yeah. So we've filled in the size of data field. The number of frames should be next. So going back with Control O. Size, number of frames is next. After number of frames, we start doing the frames one by one. X, Y, W, H. So we got this loop going to the frame right. We get the, okay, where's the pointer pointing to right now? I don't think it's pointing to the right location for this purpose. Size has been calculated for us. Maybe I'll put it closer to the usage point. I'll take that out from there and put it just before we do the size field. Oops. Oh no, no, it crashed. I might have lost my work there. No, what's happened there? Yep. Else begin, merge with last line. I bet I didn't save. I might have lost stuff. Hopefully not too much to... Well, actually, at least it's in the video. I can rewatch my own video. So, yeah, I'll have to redo this. And I guess I've lost that calculate. Oh, no, no, calculate, optimize sizes there. But yeah, I've lost some of injecting it in here. That's okay. I can put it back in. All right, maybe I'll leave it at that. But yeah. At least I got to share some of the tedium of this with you, and maybe that's part of why I do this too. So I think sometimes I don't know, we get comments sometimes, why don't people make lots of games, and we need a big library of games. But I'm hoping like people like that will see this, that making a game involves lots of tiny bites of the cherry like this, and you know some of the things you have to do are really tedious and boring things. It's not all just fun and pictures and stuff. There's lots of boring stuff to do, unpleasant tasks to do and get out of the way. And normally, you don't see this. You just play a game and enjoy it. But that's the reality. If you want to make a game, you have to do the fun bits and the boring bits. So at least you get a chance to see both of those now. Okay, so I'll wrap up here and yeah, I'll close the stream.